here again for another encounter and a very exciting match this morning with the Cinnamon Pacers taking on the Nutmeg Warriors. With me here today for the toss, I have the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, the captain of the Nutmeg Warriors, Mr. Cato, and also Cinnamon Pacers, Ryan John. We have the coin. We do have the coin. Mr. Felix has the coin, the home captain, Ryan John. Head is the call. It is ahead. It is ahead. Kato, you have won today's toss. What are you going to be doing, and why are you choosing to do whatever you decided?
We're going to have a bat first today. Yesterday we chased and it didn't go too well, so we decided we would change the bat a little bit to have a bat first and put it runs on the board and we can defend it.
Any changes to your squad for today's encounter?
Yeah, Ashton goes out and Josh comes back in.
We noticed that you have been playing some very good cricket. Anything you want to share in terms of what the team has been doing for preparation?
We've been working really hard, just trying to stick to the basics as always. Back each other. We know cricket is a team sport, so if you don't get today, back the next guy to get. So it's a total team effort.
Yes, thank you. And we're going to invite captain of the Cinnamon Pacers, Mr. Ryan John. Ryan, you've lost today. If you did win, what were you going to do?
We were also going to have a bat. Nevertheless, they wanted us, and we have to go out there and obviously restrict them under a total that we can reach.
We noticed that you've been playing some very good cricket. In fact, you've been playing excellent cricket. Anything you want to talk about in terms of preparation of the team?
Not necessarily. It's just about staying consistent and staying hungry and just keep doing the basics right. And that's it.
Any changes for today's encounter?
No.
You're playing with the same squad. They say you mustn't change a winning team. So you want to wish you all the best?
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's it from the middle. We are going to be having a very exciting encounter today. It's the Cinnamon Pacers, top of the table, versus the Nutmeg Warriors. Again, another in the T10 Spice series.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to La Sagesse St. David. The La Sagesse, French name that means a beautiful place. And we've got a lot of folks inside the commentary booth that is from this beautiful place. Clyde Rondell John, Raphael Crony, and Cummins will also tell you that he has some roots of some sort here, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But all our friends around the world viewing, welcome to St. David's, Grenada. This is a quiet place by nature and very pristine. A lot of fresh green vegetation, as you can see. Take a look at that. We've had a drought here for the last couple of days, and it's difficult to tell because with just about 2 days of rain, intermittent rain, the lush green vegetation has reared its beautiful head once again. And here we are. Look at that. That is just awesome. Words, not enough words to describe. What we can tell you is that even with that, it's a beautiful day for cricket. The outfield here at La Sagesse continues to be one of envy because it is fast and it is smooth. And so the players have the freedom to lure themselves, lunge themselves, and feel safe about it. This field has been well kept. The ground staff has done a magnificent job. And we're getting ready for 2 exciting days of cricket. My name is Jason Skeet, and with me this afternoon to start to get the first innings out is Clyde Rondell John, CR John. Clyde, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jason, and good afternoon to viewers. It's always a pleasure to be sitting alongside you as, you know, we bring you this live broadcast. It's really something that has been, a stage has been set. You know, the Dream 11 Spice T10 tournament is always an epic tournament. The ebbs, the flows, we capture it all. And it's good to be here to capture it again for another day.
All right, well, that picture that you're seeing just over to the left of your screen, that's one of the, is it a nursery, I think it is? That they have around there, Riff, you might be able to know that. Yes, that's the building right there. But what is even more significant as it relates to the cricket in that building is that the day before yesterday, a couple of deliveries ended up there. Now, if I were to do a quick calculation, I could tell you that is just about 90 meters away from the middle. And with the ground being 63 meters in diameter, well, 63 meters from the middle, sorry, and 63 meters from the middle, and with that being a further 30, 31 meters away from the edge of the boundary with balls landing on top that roof a few days ago, it tells you that there's some clean, timed hitting. Evidence of the Easter weekend, kite season, as dangerous as it is, the evidence is still there. And that's what you just saw on your monitors. But a good encounter today between the Nutmeg Warriors and the Cinnamon Pacers. Why is this interesting? I'll tell you why. Because the Nutmeg Warriors, they were sitting at second position up until yesterday afternoon, until they registered the lowest score in the tournament thus far. Everyone going for 63. I think they were skittled out 63 for 7 against a very energetic Bayleaf Blasters yesterday. Clove Challengers, sorry, yes, against a very energetic Clove Challengers yesterday. And the 63 for 7, that represented the lowest total. Now, what that has done, it has dropped them down the order because they have now moved to 4th position. You can't take any chances here in this tournament. But they are a former champion, and they have been featured in every finals so far, 1, 2, and 3. That makes them a threat. They've got the likes of Andre Fletcher, Javon Andrew. They also got Shadrach Descartes, Jamal Francis, the young medium pacer, the young left-arm medium pacer, Daniel McDonald, Alex Moses, Josh Thomas. So they've got some firepower in that squad. And they fell 63 for 7. A horrible day for them yesterday, Clyde.
Yeah, really, it did not come together as they wanted. They were always up against it, especially in the batting. They did fairly well in the bowling, but the batting, they really never got started. And so you need momentum, especially in the power plays, to really help to carry you to totals above 100.
Well, if they want to prove momentum, they've got to do that in this encounter because they're coming up against the leaders of the tournament so far, the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers really a fantastic unit when you look at them on paper. And so far, they've clicked with this unit. This unit, a very balanced bowling and batting lineup, and they've been exceptionally well in the field. Kieran Kotoy, Cyprian Forsyth, Dana George, he is a master in the field when you look at him play. Ryan John, he has been coming into his own of late. He's been a little bit lethargic over the last few months. He's coming back from some personal stuff, but Ryan John has started to pick up the pace once again. Sherman Lewis, Kristen Murray, Geron Noel, Shondell Regis. So a lot of these, Nkosi St. Hilaire, can't forget him. He was brutal in matches so far with the bat. So they're coming up against the Cinnamon Pacers, and the Cinnamon Pacers are a really formidable team this year.
Yeah, they are formidable. They are the leaders right now on 6 points. What we've seen so far, especially their batting, it has really been explosive. And as a result, you have 3 of their top batters in the top 5 in terms of the run scoring. So that's really significant for them in terms of, really setting totals. They have the highest total of the tournament also.
Oh, all right. Well, what I can tell you is that the toss, as you just witnessed, so the Nutmeg Warriors won the toss, and they will go hard to try and redeem themselves from yesterday and the opening pair in Andre Fletcher. Yes, Andre Fletcher and Roland Cato heading out to the middle because the Nutmeg Warriors won the toss and they will have a bat first against this Cinnamon Pacers. An exciting game ahead of us. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, as usual, the very experienced pair of Fletcher and Cato. Maybe being the coach, if I'm the coach here now, I might have changed that order a little bit, seeing, what has happened with the last game. So maybe send up the likes of Javon Andrew or another one, to partner one of the experienced guys so that you have someone experienced to come in and keep the momentum. Because the power play, as we say, is very important. So I guess they're deciding to go all out.
Well, here's a twist in what you're speaking about, because this pair, they've registered the highest opening total in the tournament so far. They've got a total of 99 for the first wicket. So you can flip a coin on that change.
Well, you can. It means that they are in form. They know what they're doing. Hence, I put it, just guide a youngster, guide a youngster in terms of being able to handle the mantle out there.
All right, well, let's see how that's going to play out because Jaron Noel is going to open the bowling for the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers opting to go with spin to start. We've seen that on a number of occasions in this tournament, particularly because of this batting track. They're looking for the spinners to give it some early flight. The new ball, you're going to get some bounce from it to see what kind of a deception they can induce and maybe pick up early wickets.
Yeah, well, as we've seen, most of the captains are looking for the spinners to really come in because the ball is not really turning much, but it's giving you that little bounce, it's giving you that little drift, and it seems like the batters are more willing to get the pace from the fast bowlers. They can just use the pace and guide the ball, but with the spinners, they actually have to hit.
Well, we're on the way. And the first ball off the middle of the bat and some good work down in the deep there from the Cinnamon Pacers. Some good work from Sherman Lewis. And drama early. He's not going to stop. He's going to keep on running. He's walking. He's coming back already. Kato is gone. First delivery. Firmly struck. Look at it.
Yeah, got hit by Fletcher. It was traveling. And Lewis did really well to get down, stop it, and still get up and get that throw in. Really, that's what we're talking about. The fielding, the energy from the Cinnamon Pacers. Kato nowhere in the picture.
Wow. Oh. Unfortunate for Kato. And some good work by Jaron Noel. He missed it on the first attempt, but the ball was in his hand, so he used his elbow. Very smart thinking cricketer is Jaron Noel. So the first wicket down. Clyde, can I borrow your crystal ball?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, So you really didn't want to be losing someone like Kato.
Javon Andrew is tasked with the responsibility of the man batting at 3 with the responsibility of the opener, because just one delivery into the innings and Kato is back in the hut. He's getting some movement away from the right-hander. It's Noel.
Yeah, Noel has been bowling pretty well.
Fletcher is going over the infield. This is going to go all the way for 4. One bounce just inside the ropes. So he's prepared to go over the infield and maximize on the power play as best as he can. The score 5-1.
Yeah, down just a bit short, and Fletcher dealing with it really nicely, picking the gap. There was a man at mid-wicket, but Fletcher knew exactly where you wanted it. Expertly played.
He's due for a massive score, Andre Fletcher. He would want to bat through this entire innings. He's going again. This time there's a fielder settling. He's going to take it. Yes, he does. Well, commotion, drama. Look at that. It's all happening, and it's happening very quickly. Andre Fletcher goes for 5.
Didn't get the sort of connection that he wanted. The intent was there, but the connection really the bat seemed to have turned in his hand slightly, so not getting the full meat of the bat, and he perishes.
Well, Cyprian Forsyth was down there wearing number 32. The previous delivery, he dissected those 2 fielders, one at mid-wicket and one at mid-on. Mid-on was a little bit wide, and he dissected them beautifully. And the second one, he slapped it straight down the throat of Cyprian Forsyth, who didn't have to move much on the mid-wicket boundary.
Yeah, really a big blow by the Cinnamon Pacers, and they would really be happy. This is only the first over of the day, and you already have 2 of the biggest batters in this tournament. I mean, what do you want better than that?
Forsyth didn't move. He just stood there, just as the bowler and his captain placed him, and it came straight down his throat.
Good start, man.
So a good start from Jaron Noel.
Let me hear you too.
Still 3 legal deliveries remaining, and he's picked up 2 wickets already.
Yeah, very good. Captain John would really be pleased. And you look at him, he never lets up. He's the type of captain that always, wants to make things happen. And when you get 2 big wickets like this, man, you got to feel happy with your tactics.
Shadrach Descartes is the new batsman. And, Rondell, you got your wish. There's a fresh opening pair of the wicket. The circumstances surrounding it is slightly different. Faster one, well played, can't beat the field. Cinnamon Pacers, Ryan John, he's done a fantastic job of his field placing. And we've heard about the bowling attack and the cohesive unit of this squad called the Cinnamon Pacers. There's a reason why they're at the top of the table now.
Yeah, definitely. You're seeing it. The first over, 2 wickets down. Really setting their opponents back. I mean, I would put it eons, because this is 2 big wickets they've just picked up. And we've seen that the Nutmeg Warriors, once they don't get that start, they tend to struggle.
Walcott comes into the attack. Good afternoon to those of you now joining us. The score you see on your screen, it is not representative of a table tennis game. It is cricket, 5 for 2. The Cinnamon Pacers in total command of the driver. In the driver's seat here, in total command. The Cinnamon Pacers over the Nutmeg Warriors. Nutmeg Warriors are climbing a slippery slope.
Well, the good thing here, Jason, is that it presents an opportunity for someone to come and step up and really, make a name for themselves, because you have more or less a clean slate, 5 for 2. You have to deal with the business at hand.
Kieran Kotoy is there at short cover. He's going to be joining us in just a little bit. We're going to have a chat with him. He boasts of his days in radio, so I'm thinking that he might be very fluent with us here. Oh, tantalizing. Javon Andrew. That was tantalizingly close to the edge.
Yeah, we saw Andrew get a 24 yesterday. Got it in decent time. Really was up against the 8 ball. And he tried to stand out. I think now is when he really needs to stand out. We've seen
the Nutmeg Warriors wouldn't mind this at all, because the extras have climbed to 2, and they wouldn't mind. Any assistance they can get now would be more than appreciated.
Yeah, we keep talking about momentum, and so if it comes via the extras route, you take it.
Shout of catch, but it doesn't carry, except it does to the boundary, and that's 4. Kieran Kotoy can only do the jogging to retrieve it and give some encouragement to the bowler.
Yeah, good shot by Andrew. A bit airy to start with, but what was really good is that he pierced the gap. He got it exactly where he wanted it. It sped across the boundary for 4. So he will feel happy. A bit of momentum going into his innings.
Walcott would want to settle down. He's been outside the off stump. A little too wide outside the off stump he has been so far. Again. He's outside there, Walcott, Dwayne Walcott. He's tempting Javon Andrew, and Javon Andrew is giving into temptation. He's going for the big swing. You can almost feel something just waiting to happen.
Yeah, Andrew really in no man's land. He's not really going across to cut the ball. He seems to be standing there and trying to get his hands through it.
Another wide delivery outside there. He's this time you probably just want to whisper. Well, there we go. The captain is going to have a chat with him. And that's what a good captain would do. What would you tell him in this case, Rondell?
Yeah, you want him to just continue, try to get it as close to that pink line there. Stay within there. No problems with the length. Just keep going. Let the ball do all the work.
Whatever Ryan John told him worked, because he's spot on in this one.
Yeah, a lot closer, a bit. Just kind of getting that one to drift back into Andrew. It has gone well in the context of what is happening. A lot depends on these two, and I think, as we keep saying, the momentum, they need to really get something going. It's one more delivery in the second over.
Danger, just looking. He was ball watching this cart. He was looking to go way over mid-on. But he was fortunate. Just trickled it to a short, fine leg because of a on the edge. And that brings up the end of the second over. The Nutmeg Warriors struggling. 14 for 2. Kieran Katoy. Are you there with us, Kieran?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, well, it's good that you can hear me. I'm happy. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine. It's just a lot humid out here today.
Yeah, well, the friends at the Met Office did say that today we're going to max out to about, 32, and it's going to feel like 38.
Wow.
Thick outside edge. That will go for 4, going where maybe a second slip would have been.
Keep going, keep going.
And he has gone down. That's 4.
Reckon, Jake. Jake, no way.
The Scott flashing very hard. Went through to John before he could even settle.
Yeah, Kieran, I mean, you guys have the Nutmeg Warriors in a bind very early, picking up 2 wickets in the first over. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, we're pretty much grateful for this start. Obviously, we know a lot is dependent on Fletcher. None. Sorry.
Yeah.
A lot is dependent on Fletcher and Kato. And obviously getting them out very early, considering that that pair has recorded the highest score in this contest so far as the opening pair. We're pretty much pleased. Easy.
You guys are communicating very well outside there in the field. A lot of talking and encouraging one another.
Yeah, a lot of camaraderie. A lot of the guys have been playing together. Obviously, we've known each other over the years as well, so it's easier to gel that way. And I mean, I'm pretty much grateful to be on this team this year.
Yeah, talk to us about your participation this year so far. I mean, you've gotten a few runs already, but I know you're still looking for the big one.
Yes, I want to make a bigger impact, obviously for our team.
This card is going offside. Just one.
You gotta go.
This card probably picking you out because he realized that you might be talking to us, so he's trying to see if he can beat you.
That is so unfair. But like I was saying, obviously I'm always looking, to get some runs and give, a team a big impetus in our innings or in our batting innings. But we have a well-rounded team, so it's who get off on the day.
What kind of total you guys are looking at for this team, Kieran? I mean, how do you think you can restrict them to what?
Well, at first we were looking at...
That's a good shot, clean hitting over the infield. And Javon Andrew has taken a liking now.
Keep going, just a little too full.
To Noel. So, Noel.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Jason. So as I was saying, we're always looking to get a team out under 100. Obviously, we know the depth that we have in our batting. That's an easy score for us to get. But with Fletcher and Cato back in the dugout, we're looking at 80 possibly, considering we're not underestimating anyone.
Well, you guys are boasting of the highest total in the tournament so far as well.
Well, bowled, that's it.
Well bowled, keeping the batters in check. They squeeze a single, and Cinnamon Pacers wouldn't mind that. At the end of 3, the Nutmeg Warriors are 25 for 2. Kieran, yeah. So, 80 you think is a good score to defend? You've got the batting to do that, I'm quite sure.
Yes, we do. As you alluded to earlier, we do have the highest score recorded for the competition this year so far. It just goes to show the depth that we have in our batting lineup. And come again? All right. Once our batting clicks as it looks on the paper, then we're in for a monstrous score, right?
All right. Well, Kieran, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys are very eager outside there to skittle out the Nutmeg Warriors. They may have other plans, but I want to thank you for taking time off to just chat with us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Yeah, I wish the interview was a bit longer, but just a little bit of correction there, Jason. I never worked on radio, but I DJ'd for quite some years. So I mostly DJ'd in the clubs.
Well,
that's yours. Arms. How was that, arms?
Yeah, well, that's close enough. That's close enough.
Yes.
That's close enough.
But thanks a lot for having me today, guys. I really appreciated it. Don't mind that I did this the last couple of competitions. I don't know why I'm first to be picked to be to be interviewed, but you know, for what it's worth, I'm always grateful.
The strongest soldiers get the hardest fight.
It's not a tough fight. I actually love speaking.
Have a good one, Kieran.
All right, you too.
All right, great. Yeah. Kieran Kotoy of the Cinnamon Pacers there with us for a brief moment. And Descartes is going through the offside. Can't beat the field. The restrictions still apply. We're in the 4th over, 26 for 2. Nutmeg Warriors really up against it.
Yeah, Warriors just trying to rebuild. They don't have much time. They need to rebuild, but they still need to get the ball over the boundary ropes.
It's a close one. Direct hit could have been. Something for the umpires to think about. I didn't think he was short, but something for the umpires to think about.
Yeah, I quite agree with you there. Looked a lot closer than we would think, and we've seen with the use of the technology, we pick up almost everything.
Walcott is going down the leg side again. He's occupying that acreage outside the leg stump, and it's proven to be very expensive.
Andrew and Scott staging a mini comeback. They need to stay there, stabilize a bit more, but they need to get some runs.
Oh, that's cleanly struck, firmly struck, gem of a shot, all the way, 6 runs.
Yeah, I think he heard me there, and this is more of what they need. They need to maximize the remaining 2 deliveries in this over, and that at least they can get out of the power play with at least 40 on the board.
Just squeezing one, probably thinking that he could have come forward just a little bit more and turn it a little finer.
Yeah, I think you have that spot on there, Jason.
Well, they're picking up the singles, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they are loving that, but the Cinnamon Pacers wouldn't mind too much, because at the end of the power play, 36 for 2, and generally what we've seen is that the team that comes out on top the power play at about 95% of the times in this tournament so far has won the game. In this instance, I think the Cinnamon Pacers are on top in the power play, Clyde.
Yeah, they really did well, and the loss of these 2 wickets, I think this is what really we would judge as them having a really awesome power play, because these two guys could hurt them and they have removed them.
All right, well, the Cinnamon Pacers are now employing the services of Shemron Lewis. He's going to be coming from the main pavilion end. Shemron Lewis, he can bring it up. Saw him delivering a nasty bouncer a few days ago after he was brutally clubbed for 6, answering with a nose wifting bouncer.
Yeah, he seems to be getting the rhythm going again, and we know that he can really bring the speed and bring the heat. And so once he settles and he's in that good rhythm, he could be very dangerous.
Well, a lot happening in sports. We've got some ICC cricket updates to bring to you. No, the West Indies not involved. The West Indies are all the way through to the Super 8. And that Super 8 matchup has been technically decided, but we're going to get to that in just a little bit. South Africa will play Nepal today. New Zealand will play Uganda. Pretty easy games for those teams, you would think. The United States and Ireland, their start has been delayed. The game yesterday between Oman and England. Oman being skittled out for 47 in 13.2 overs. And England racing to 50 in 3 overs and 1 delivery. So, no ball being bowled by Lewis. Free hit coming up.
Thank you.
I should have done a whole lot more with that, Javon Andrew. It's a free hit, so there's no need to try and preserve your wicket. You've got to come down and give it the full handle. But he just picked up 1 from it, so they've not settled down. I think when they do come outside for the break, or maybe at some point during the drinks break, the coach would send a message out to the Nutmeg Warriors middle to let them know, you know what, guys, you've got to be a little bit more positive. They're being a little bit tentative at the moment.
Yeah, I give kudos to Lewis. Free hit, bowler slower delivery.
Descartes down the wicket. Lewis saw him coming, and ball passed just around the chin. Wouldn't mind being called a wide for that?
No, not at all. And this is what I think Andrew was wary of, that the heat that Lewis can bring. So getting that slower delivery, it almost caught him off guard. You know, really couldn't respond as he ought to, because that sort of heat is what we know from Lewis.
He's down the wicket, but can't beat Lewis. And you as a bowler would know about that. Rafael Crony, as a batsman, I'd love to hear his thoughts when he does come in a few seconds. I'd love to hear his thoughts on seeing a ball going past his chin, or maybe just in front of his nose, or maybe across his eyelashes, and what his thoughts would have been. There were some fierce fast bowlers in his time. He would tell you about it. Again, going down the leg side, but lifting delivery. Descartes looking to get a little bit on it. There's a man down there on the fine leg boundary, just waiting.
Yeah, the skipper of the Cinnamon Pacers has everything well planned out.
Yeah, for sure. Easy. Right.
Lewis really settling and doing a fantastic job for his captain so far. Despite a couple of wides, he's been really spot on with his 3 deliveries. Really has had the batsman thinking.
Can't beat Kotoy at point. Lewis has done the jogging of about maybe 800 meters already, and he has just bowled 4 legal deliveries. He has been like a shower of rain so far in this spell of his, this first over. And Ryan John just having a word with him, keeping him in check. Ryan John would say, come on, pick a spot, look at it. Don't try to do too much. And in the words of Clyde Rondell John, let the ball do the work. Trying to play later, but still the ball coming on to him. A little bit more pace on that one. And good work outside there in point by Kotoy. He's got a safe pair of hands. Maybe it's a DJ thing.
It's possible. Use of the hands. But I love the over so far by Lewis. He has really mixed it up. He's not, really given the batsman a chance to see anything.
Even those that went down the leg side.
Even those that went down the leg side could be a ploy.
Again, smart bowling and sloppy wicket keeping. They've got to stay focused now, the Cinnamon Pacers, but the Nutmeg Warriors wouldn't mind. At the end of 5:37 for 2. This is the Nutmeg Warriors journeying on a slow boat to China.
Yeah, they're really up against it. A lot has to happen for them if they're going to get anywhere close to maybe 80. They already have the lowest total in the tournament. I think they want to make sure that they get past that lowest total today.
All right, well, that lowest total is staring them in the face. Thanks a lot, Clyde Rondell John. He will depart. And Raphael Crony, who has dropped us a note, will come into the chair. Raphael Crony, we've heard of him being a stylish batsman in his day. We're going to speak about that in just a little bit. He wouldn't get away from it. Ryan John is now coming into the attack. He's going to try to put a strangled hold on these Nutmeg Warriors. They're 41 for 2. It's popped, it's lobbed, but safely inside the ring. And another moment of anxiety there for the Nutmeg Warriors. Andrew not picking it, Ryan John beating him for peace.
Yeah, good morning, Jason. Another beautiful day for cricket here at the Las Vegas playing field.
Oh.
Did I say good morning, Jason? This is afternoon.
It's 3 minutes before 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Nervous, anxious moments sitting next to me, Crony. I promise not to quiz you too hard, my friend. I promise.
Oh, no, you can go right ahead. That's fine. We can work with that.
Shadrach Descartes is working with a wide ball from Ryan John. Ryan John needs to settle himself down very quickly. It's only his second delivery. Good afternoon to Lou Phillip and Avi George. Some of our folks on the live stream, don't forget, you can feel free to share the live, just as I'm telling you that. Maybe I should do that as well. There's no charge for sharing it. Well, he's picked that one, and he's picked it to perfection. And it's gone into the trees. 6 runs.
Yeah, good shot. Ball over pitch. This guy really getting under it and lifting it over long on. In the slot, and deserve that treatment. And one of the few positive shots we are seeing in the innings of the Nutmeg Warriors. I must hasten to say, Jason, it has been a a very good start by Cinnamon Pieces. One of the teams that we are looking at that seem to be well balanced and has been doing well so far, picking up 2 important wickets, 2 of the main scorers, batters that could really take any bowler apart. So the loss of both Fletcher and K2, 2 key wickets, and really that would have pegged them back. So we into the 6th over, and they are still 49 for 2.
Yeah, this is some difficult moments for these Nutmeg Warriors. But the batting pair outside there, no rabbits. They're pretty comfortable with the bat. Javon Andrew and Shadrach Descartes.
So you made a point early on, Jason, while I was off, in regards to a short lifting delivery that was bowled by, I think it was Ryan John.
Not Ryan John, it was bowled by Walcott.
Walcott, and actually passed close to the chin of, I think, who it was batting at the time. Was it Descartes?
It was Descartes.
Come back to that.
He's picked him firmly, pitched up and driven, but straight protection. Jaron Noel is down in the deep, and just the one.
So that brings up the 50 in the 5.3 overs. Just to go back to your question, Jason, I thought that particular delivery, his judgment was bad because it really wasn't a delivery to come down for. It was short, should have been on the back foot.
Oh, that's a nasty bouncer right there. Well directed by Ryan John. But even so, better negotiated by Javon Andrew. Kept it down and squeezed one.
So we have seen the bowlers beginning to continue to get lift off of this pitch. And it speaks good about the quality of the pitch. You know, if you bend your back, you're certainly going to get something out of the wicket. We have seen a few deliveries that have really lifted. I think all credit goes to the creators, the person who would have fixed the pitch. It has been a tremendous wicket so far.
He's pitched up. He's looking for good variation. Good length, wrong line by Ryan John this time.
So just to see that particular delivery, I thought that he put himself in a difficult position looking to swing at a ball that was not there, and it really passed close to him. But I would say
a lot of acreage for Noel to cover, and he does cover it very well, and rifles in the return. So their feeling has been spot on, these Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, I would think as we conclude the 6th over, we see that Ryan and John in this particular over have been keeping the ball right up. They continue to be focused in terms of the bowling attack. And they sitting at the top certainly speaks to the way that I've been playing the game. The bowling attack, in my view, is probably one of the better bowling attack in the tournament. And we see that there's a sense of focus in that, you know, they are concentrating on what they are doing. And John in that over kept it up, just giving the batsman the opportunity of driving or playing straight.
Well, that brings up the end of the over. After 6, the Nutmeg Warriors are 52 for 2. And Kurtson Murray is going to come into the attack now. The last wicket going down. Fletcher, he was caught by foresight of the bowling of Noel for 5. And since then, the partnership has yielded 47 runs. They're traveling at just over 8.5 runs per over, these Nutmeg Warriors. They would want to up that within the next 4 overs, you think?
Yes, certainly. They don't want to pick up the scoring. They're only going at...
Well, I'm not sure if he was taking evasive actions or if he was attempting to catch it, but it was struck. Wasn't properly timed, but still got enough meat on it to pick up one.
Yeah, full toss and was hit back. I think it was probably, it was quicker than he expected. Just went over his head. And the batsman picked up a single. We have seen Costamori bowl, from that far end, that road end, the few previous games, and bowl pretty quickly. Now we are seeing him from the commentators' booth ends.
Slower delivery, but wide. He's want to bring that a little closer. He's flirting outside, way outside the off stump a little too much.
Yeah, and Murray, in my view, this one really just seemed to slip and go very wide. As a left-arm bowler coming over the wicket, and this is probably the end you'd want to bowl, like you'd want to bowl a leg spinner from this particular end with the wind blowing across.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery, but the umpire denies the appeal, and they can't go to the Privy Council, nor can they go to the Court of Appeal.
Yes, certainly we doesn't have that system in place here where they can. Good delivery, pitch right up, probably just missing the leg stump. The batsman that came into his wicket, and the ball just seemed to be headed down the leg side. But he's doing the right thing in terms of keeping it right up. So he's not giving the batsman much option.
Well, that's firmly struck. This is surely going to beat the man at the mid-off boundary. Didn't stand a chance there. 4 runs. Good shot, Crony.
Superb shot. Over-pitch delivery. And look at, and he swung lustily. Oh, he had the room to really swing and hit it well. The man at long off didn't have much of a chance. But good form and positive shot by this guy.
Yeah, more than the 4, the mentality and the stroke. Oh, well played, but that's some excellent work in the field there by Kotoy.
Yeah, good stop as that ball is pushed on the offside. Again, ball pitched right up. I think the delivery before it just was over pitched. But I think the intention was good in that you just give them the opportunity to drive. That ball was played to square cover.
Oh, this time he has made some good connection with it, and it will travel all the way. 6 runs.
Yeah, given the right treatment. Full again, this one too full. As we see, a full toss and swung over long on for 6. Bad delivery. Just need to get it consistently in terms of the leg right up.
Oh, he's gone with him again. This is more runs. Good shot. Absolutely magnificent by Discard.
Yeah, another over-pitch delivery, and this one was hit with tremendous power. Kane given an opportunity that can really swing that bat, even though the foot didn't come across, but I think he was in a balanced position and swung really lustily and hit it through the offside for 4. A little bit eerily, but no chance of a catch being taken. But that concludes a really good over. Murray going for some 16 runs in his first over.
Yeah, well, Descartes is due for something big, isn't he? He's on 34 at the moment, and he's been just dancing around the 20s and 30s. This is the time when he would want to maybe just go a little further.
Yeah, one positive thing is that they held together, even though the scoring had been slower than expected. 7 overs gone 69 for 2, but they didn't lose any wicket. Now we coming on to the last 3 overs. One expect you could take the extra chance in terms of trying to push the score, and one would think this is what we're going to see from the batters now.
Well, they've eclipsed their lowest total, which was racked up yesterday, 63 for 7. They're at 69 now for 2, and with 3 overs remaining, expect them to bring out the long handle now, these Nutmeg Warriors. Descartes is on 34, and Andrew, who has been there from an eternity, is on 13. doing the right thing by just taking the single. And given Descartes, the strike, Descartes is the one doing most of the middling.
Yeah, sensible there, just coming off the pad. Lewis, who went for 6 in his first over, and will want to repeat a sort of performance in terms of slowing down the pace of scoring. He looked a lot better today in terms of his bowling. I think he was more better line and seemed to really concentrate a bit more in his first over. So, Jason, I still need to answer you in terms of what would I do, as I would have faced probably a lot of deliveries passing by, not only by chin, but head and shoulder. We can...
What's your response to something like that?
We can talk about that. I see it as a challenge. I think the important thing is knowing what to do when they're in those situations. And I tell you something, if you know what the bowler is going to do, if you know how the bowler is bowling, it probably puts you in a better position to be able to deal with those sort of deliveries when they come your way. As you know, we had no helmet in that time. So you had a guard against your wicket and body.
Oh, nicely played, neatly played. Dana George is there. They're thinking about 2. That could have been suicidal.
Yeah, well placed. Smoothly played out to backward point. The fielder on the boundary, square cover on the boundary. But your technique had to be very important. That must come into play in regards to the quality of bowling you're facing, the bouncing ball, you getting into the right position. I think that was one of the things that was very necessary, facing that quality of bowling.
Turning it down to a fine leg, and they get 1. But one of the most important things you haven't mentioned just yet, Crony. You haven't mentioned it just yet. I'm waiting to hear you say it. At 60 plus, you're not wearing glasses. So that tells me that back then you had good eyesight.
Your sight is important, really, really important. But I must stress on the fact that your technique had to be really, really critical. The bouncing deliveries. If you are able to move into the right position, you could sway. You can bend, you can pull your head back. Sight is important. Technique is very, very important.
Slow delivery, picked up nicely. Just the 1. They're not going to take on the arm of Kotoy, or are they going to do it? And surely, that was an opportunity there. They baited him nicely. They baited Kotoy nicely, and then they missed the opportunity down at the bowler's end. Surely Lewis would have thinking that he missed a golden opportunity there. That was smart cricket by the Nutmeg Warriors.
Yeah, big opportunity there where one should have been run. There's actually nobody there, and they just miss it. I missed that return too, but really a big opportunity for another wicket there.
This time he's going. Is it going to go all the way? A good attempt outside in the deep, but it still goes for 4. That was a brilliant attempt outside there in the deep. That looks like foresight. Yes, foresight. He took a good catch down there yesterday, and not so lucky today, but it was a good attempt, Crony.
Yeah, good opportunity. Move, he got both hands to it, and he probably felt really should have held it, because I think he got both hands to it, but it took some, he had to dive, and just wasn't able to come up with the catch. But again, good attempt. Almost 78 for 2, and just about 1 delivery to complete the 8 over.
So Shadrach Descartes taking his time. He's not going to be rushed.
So just one of the things, Jason, we had to be very careful about around that time, in that position was so vital. So you hook at the fast ball or you pull. If misses that ball's supposed to pass outside of your body. So it tells you about getting into line, getting to the right position. Bouncing ball, I'll move to the right, so when I hook it, it's supposed to pass over my shoulder or pass down the leg side. No, you're not seeing that today. Persons are standing where they are and looking to pull. We now have better wickets being prepared. We have helmet. Persons are taking a lot more chances. I think in our days, we really had to rely on technique.
Well, there's a very thin line between bravery and stupidity. I always say that. The line is very thin and it's blurred. Descartes has found the middle on this one, and that's gone. That's gone in good Shadrach Descartes formation. That's gone.
Yeah, superb shot. Again, the shortish delivery. And again, picked it up and hit it really over a wide mid-wicket for another huge 6.
So 84 for 2 at the end of 8. The Nutmeg Warriors, this partnership yielding 79 runs. They came together in the first over after the Nutmeg Warriors lost the wicket of Andre Fletcher and also the wicket of Roland Cato. Roland Cato going first from the very first delivery of the innings, and then Andre Fletcher going 2 deliveries later. Since then, the Cinnamon Pacers, they've slowed down the Nutmeg Warriors considerably, but this partnership has stayed together and they've yielded 79 runs, now going at about 10.5 runs per over.
Yeah, good partnership. Last 2 overs, they begin to really to pick it up. And one must give the pair credit in that they stuck it out, didn't lose a wicket, and they probably can still get close to 120. You have 2 overs to go, and they would want to try to pick up as much. Now we see Ryan John coming back for his second over. He went for 11 in the first over. One would think his style is going to look to keep the ball right up, full, probably outside the off stump. Importantly, there has a third man right back on the boundary, which is, I think, is so important.
It's a chance here. So leg by is the call from the umpire.
Yeah, they actually ran the runner by the ball. So actually, I think the plan is that Andrew wanted to get off the strike quickly to have Descartes to face. So really, it actually is a bye. The keeper, they're trying to get the ball down, but I think it was good running. Maybe it was a plan they had. So the left-handed Descartes comes in to strike. He's on 47. Yeah, and that's really played a good inning.
Well, he needs to get something really huge for these Nutmeg Warriors. Good afternoon to my friend John Ramsing outside there in Guyana. Johnny Ramsing, just remembered him again, particularly because I saw the name John on the back of Ryan John. He's one of the better cricket commentators around the region these days, John Ramsing. You met him a few years ago, haven't you?
I can't remember him. Can't remember.
He was here in Grenada when we were hosting the...
Was it the women's or no?
The regional 4-day championship about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we do have some of our colleagues around the region. Our friend or sister from DBS in Dominica who was here with the women's team. Maybe
Ito,
just slipping
Kimara Ito. This one is gone. One bounce, it's going to carry all the way to the boundary. That's 4. So Descartes is bringing out the long handle and going after it. And with that 4, he's moved up his 50, his first half century of the tournament. So a good half century for Shadrach Descartes. He's on 51. And the Nutmeg Warriors are 89 for 2, Rafael.
Yeah, good shot. This one over toss, full delivery, and he was able to force it over cover, and the cover just a bit straight, was not able to get across, but good knock of 51.
Descartes is going again. He's not going to beat the fielder. There's one. They're thinking about the second. That would have been a disaster.
Yeah, good work by Forsyth on the boundary. Came in quickly and stopped the second run. So pick up one more. Again, John in this over, keeping the ball right up. Descartes was able to hit a full toss over cover. What is you can see the clear intention. It's not a bold shot, but to keep those deliveries right up.
Call is 1. They're going to take on the arm. 2. They get it comfortably in the end.
Yeah, not much time in there. Andrews not really timing this ball properly. And they pick up a single. So this partnership is 87 so far.
Again, slower delivery. Not timing it. Shamron Lewis does the work. To mid-on. And that brings up the end of the Ryan John over. So 9 overs bowl. And the Nutmeg Warriors have found themselves. They've battled back into a pretty comfortable position. Losing 2 wickets very early in the first over. And there were none for 1. And then 5 for 2. And since then, after this 88-run partnership, they are 93 for 2.
Yeah, importantly, this is runs on the board, 93 for 2. You know, anything can happen despite the strength of the Cinnamon Pieces. But, you know, with anything can happen. We look at just in the World Cup, the West Indies coming from some 30 odd for 5. And being able to come back with 149, which certainly was good enough to get a better of New Zealand. So
we had reports.
There's a score they can work with.
Yeah, we had reports from the various health centers and pharmacies around the country. Blood pressure medication went on a sales spiral. Everyone was stocking up on blood pressure medication after that one from the West Indies. Sales ballooned.
Yes, so many things were said, you know, that in those situations, I mean, it can be very difficult for some of the followers.
Been there, done that, and I would not share my story, not on the air. Rafael Mahon, good afternoon. It does confirm that Andrew is batting sensibly, giving more of the strike to Shadrach Descartes.
Yeah, good thinking. Ball down the leg side, and again that single from the keeper's hand, moving very quickly.
This time Descartes is going, it's gone, just clearing the head of the fielder out there on the long on boundary. That's 6 runs. So Descartes moves now to 58, and Javon Andrew, who's been there for 53 minutes, is on 17.
Yeah, good shot by Descartes. Again, as we know, Dana George, who used a lot of variation, probably try a slower delivery, but pitch is just a little bit on the short side. Descartes in this mood with 5 deliveries to go, picked it up.
He's looking to send that one over long on, even further back, but making no connection, and a valuable golden dot ball for Dana George and the Cinnamon Pacers.
Yeah, just keeping it a little wide. Descartes looking to hit back over his head.
made connection with that one. It carries all the way. So another maximum again for Shadrach Descartes. He's in the mood.
A tremendous shot. Again, given the room, and he was able to sort of bend that knees and swing lustily and hit it really way over cover. And he continues to play a very good inning. He's 64. The score reached 107 for 2 with still 3 deliveries remaining.
Good comeback, good fighting comeback.
Yeah, partnership 102. Really, it has been tremendous batting by Descartes. And I think what was evident with these batsmen, they were thinking. Andrews, who is only on 17 in that partnership of 102, but was quite willing. And they look so organized that he knows when to give him the strike. So he'd probably just try to, take the single, make sure he has the strike. And that has worked really well for Nutmeg Warriors.
Well, at the start of the innings, Clyde Rondell John was suggesting that maybe the Nutmeg Warriors should have mixed it up a little bit at the batting order to give someone else a chance up at the top, because after the massive partnership of 99 from Fletcher and Cato, they've not clicked since then. And what happened there is that maybe he has his crystal ball and he didn't share it with us. But since then, with the 2 wickets going down, this pair have, for all intent and purposes, served as the opening pair in this innings, and they've yielded 102 runs from the partnership, as you say. They score 107 for 2. They came together in the first over.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense in terms of what Rondell would have said. I mean, you don't want to, you have your 2 best batters up at the top. Maybe you could have 1 4, 1 going on the opening. But again, it gives opportunity for someone else. And we have seen this pair would have picked up the mantle in terms of putting on 102. And we see Descartes is 64, his best score in the tournament so far. And Andrew really giving him support.
Dana George and Descartes a thick outside edge, and that has gone for 4. So one man's misfortune turns into be another man's fortune. Descartes, the fortunate one here, and he has gone to 68 in quick time. 68 already, 111 for 2.
Yeah, very good over. So far, 18 runs in that George over. Still 2 deliveries to go. So they probably might just get close to the 120.
Oh, that's close. Last delivery coming up. Descartes is on 68. I'm not quite sure. I've got to check the records to see if that is the highest individual score for the tournament so far. I know someone was flirting around the 60s. But Clyde Rondell John just giving us the confirmation that this is the highest individual score, 68. He's going to get some more. Just 1 last delivery. They're going to try for 2. They're going to take on the arm. And he's run out. So Descartes would end his innings on 69. And the Nutmeg Warriors will end on 112 for 2. And 113, still a respectable chase, Rifle Crony?
Yes, still a good. You look at the scores that we had over the last few games. It's still competitive. You bowl well, it's runs on the board. So if you bowl well, you can still make a match of it. But just to comment on the innings of this card, really have been a very good inning. One remembers that they started very slow, losing 2 big wickets early. Then they really had to dig in and sort of try to build a foundation, which was done really successfully. Just in the last few overs at the end, he was able to open out and really rush to a total of 68, 69 at the end of it. Just reviewing that run out there, and yes, probably just fall short. But it was a tremendous inning. When it was tight, he took his time and really opened out at the end of it. A run rate of 11.2 is not bad. coming out from where they were at, I think it was 5 for 2. Really have been a tremendous inning played by him and give Nutmeg Warriors a bit of a chance.
The Nutmeg Warriors, a chance they need, of course. Let's take a quick look at the wickets. The only 2 wickets going down, of course. Noel, the wicket taker for the Cinnamon Pacers. Jaron Noel picking up the 2 wickets and 112 for 3 with the discard run out on the last delivery. And the Nutmeg Warriors will attempt to defend that. The Cinnamon Pacers will have to get 113 to win.
Yeah, so certainly will no call on the bowlers to be very disciplined. You want to make sure you get a good start. If you could pick up maybe a couple of wickets to start, that will always be better. So the likes of John Olive and Josh Thomas probably would really have to pull out the stocks. It's critical that they don't allow them to get a fast start. We know in that team, the batting of some of the Shondell Regis, how destructive Nikosi St. how destructive these players can be. If you can get off with probably a quiet start, first 2-3 overs, just put some pressure and anything can happen.
All right, well, what will happen, we will find out when we resume for the chase. Stay right there. Don't cut the live. Maybe use the opportunity to do as we would do. Just sip on something and refresh yourselves. It's a hot day. We want to stay hydrated. And we'll see you in just about a minute or 2 when we come back for the chase.
Skin that I can't believe. something for everyone.
3, 2, 1.
Liftoff. Crew is in orbit, traveling at nearly 17,000 miles an hour.
Getting down to Grenada, we've created these incredible recipes for young chefs to essentially curate in the fashion of their culinary arts. I'm very excited about this partnership. Grenada is known as the spice island, culinary capital in the Caribbean, as many have remarked.
What makes Grenadian cuisine so special? And the answer lies in the proximity of everything fresh.
I'm looking forward to uncovering the ingredients and the cultural expressions of Grenada in a pot. In Caracas, we had an amazing time, but I was so impressed about the beauty of the island and the people were so warm, friendly. I felt it kind of like a challenge. I thought I could say something here. I could do something here. The idea of bringing Grenada into the global culinary conversation became the mantra. We have to tell that story.
Must tell that story. And we all tell that story.
Well, you are, one pot at a time.
If I take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island, best believe my list gon' be like 5 miles long. Best believe it's love that makes me sing this song. The cleanest breeze on the waters, friendly people meet in every corner. Togetherness and love is what we stand for. We stand for. We stand for.
Oh, island in the sun. Look at how we've grown, how far we've run. 50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. We're going higher. 50 years we're blessed, we're forged in fire. Still reaching for more. Going up, going up, 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 up. Going up, going up, going up, 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 up. We're going higher. Going higher. As we aspire, build advances, put people together. Bang, bang, bang. It's only up from here. Take time to reminisce on the richness of our history from the beginning. From the people who came through sugar and change, emancipation, the revolution. Hold on, let's back up on the globe. More than the ice cream and gold. Much more than the nutmeg and the clove. Tell the world we are Grenadians. Oh.
3 islands united as one, blessed with the strength to carry on. We're more than just that island in the sun. Tell the world we are Grenadians.
Higher. 50 years we're blessed, we're forged in fire. Oh, you mean? We going up, going up, going up, 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 going up, going up, going up, 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 up. Aspire, build advances, want people together. Going up, going up, going up, 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 going up, going up, going up, 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 up.
Really and truly, can't find the words to describe what my country mean to me. So much things we take for granted, but so much things they give to me.
Peace and tranquility, family, community. It don't matter where we go in the world, just know that home is where my heart is.
50 years, as you shape for 50 more, as you shape to reach your goal, like you're on your bring the goal.
I can see the vision clear. Sing it out to let the people hear.
Look at how we've gone and how far we've come. 50 years we strong and more to come. More to come. More to come. It's only up from here.
pity Matnik.
All right, everybody. Well, the chase is on, and these Nutmeg Warriors, they have a total of 118 to defend. The Cinnamon Pacers, they've got some depth in their batting. They've registered the highest score in the tournament so far. I think it was 139 was the highest score registered, or was it higher than that? We're going to find out in just a little bit. But, of course, the 155, yes. 155. And they're very much capable of getting this 118. But runs on the board is runs to get. And we know in this game what's on paper doesn't always translate to what happens on the field. Cummins, good afternoon. So the Nutmeg Warriors, after an early, devastating first over where they lost 2 wickets, the wicket of Andre Fletcher, first the wicket of Roland Cato, the very first delivery, and then Andre Fletcher going 2 deliveries later, they have managed to come back with 118. Andrew scoring 28 and Descartes 69. 118 for 3. That Descartes being run out the last delivery of the innings. So for the Cinnamon Pacers, the opening batters for the Cinnamon Pacers, we're going to get their details for you. But Moses is on the attack for the Nutmeg Warriors. Moses coming from the main pavilion end. Alex Moses outside there for the Cinnamon Pacers. Shondell Regis and Nkosi Saint-Hilaire. Loud Nick, the hands go up, the umpire finger goes up with it too. And just like that, Shondell Regis is walking back to the dugout. Similar fashion how it happened in the first innings. He's gone, caught behind. Shondell Regis is gone. So in search of 119, they're 1 for 1. Not coming all the way forward, just caught in the valley of indecision.
That's a delivery he didn't have to play at all. I just watch it go. He did not just be gone. Just look at it go. That you get to say, pitch yourself inside. And unfortunately, getting yourself and people that have been taking the catch. So, Pacers got the first 2 kills.
So Kieran Kotoy
pieces, looking at it in the last game, they've done quite well. So that's still the toy, along with the left-right combination up front in the leading.
So Alex Moses will continue from the main pavilion end. Kieran Kotoy has just joined Nkosi St. Hilaire. Kotoy is flashing outside the Austin, but the finger goes up. He's gone. Well, look at trouble. Look at trouble. Oh, he stood there for a minute as if to protest, to say he didn't get an edge to it. And the umpire raised the dreaded finger. Let's look at it again. The jubilation was instant from the wicketkeeper. The umpire certainly had no doubt. He was up in a flash too. And Kirsten Murray, or Junior Henry that is. It's Junior Henry. Now comes out for the Cinnamon Pacers. So, history rewriting itself. Lightning flashing in the same place twice. 2 wickets down in the first over. Only 1 run on the board. You think it's the wicket, or you think it's poor decision from the batters, Cummins?
It's both of them. The bowlers are bowling quite well. This wicket, I look at it, I had a very good look at it this morning. It's hard. And what is going to happen? What you put in there, you got to get it out. But the batsmen have to be very selective in what they are doing.
Well, this is not a football game. 1 for 2. This is cricket. Lovely cricket. Not interested in the single, Henry. He wants to stay there for a little bit and maybe feel the bat coming on, the ball coming onto the bat a little more.
And this is what is important in batting, especially batting at the top order. You got to feel you have enough time. You might see in this short version there is enough time. There is time inside of there. You got to just get a feel of the wicket, feel the ball coming onto the bat before you can really dive into what you want to do.
He's gotten some onto it. It's going to go over the infield and it clears everything. He got a lot onto it and he gave it the full strength. 6 runs.
Just deep into position. Yes. Oh, that's a good shot. That's an excellent shot. Ball asking for it. And get what it deserved.
So the Cinnamon Pacers, they have started their rebuilding process in similar fashion to that of the Nutmeg Warriors. It's not a replay or a rerun of the first innings. It's the second innings, and it's the story of anything you can do, I can do it too.
Well, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and as I said, and I will always say it in cricket, whatever you put in, that's what you will get out. And so far, the bowler in Moses has stuck to a line, and he's using the wicket quite well.
He's got 1 more delivery remaining in this over, Alex Moses, and he has bowled exceptionally well. This one is flipped off the hip, and it will go the full distance. Well, that was absolutely magnificent.
That's remind me of the old West Indian batsmen, particularly Gordon Greenidge on the hook, or on the pole. Lovely, lovely to look at.
Well, the younger cricketers or cricket viewers would tell you it's a mirror of a right-handed version of a Brian Lara. Was one of his favorite strokes, just playing it off the hip. That one went all the way. So that brings up the end of the over. Moses, two wickets for 13 of his first over. The Cinnamon Pacers, 13 for 2. And looks like Jamal Francis, the young left-arm pacer. Jamal Francis come into the attack now for the Nutmeg Warriors. Francis has bowled very well in this tournament so far. He's gotten a lot of natural movement from the left-hander, as the left-hander. He's been counseled there by the senior statesman on the team, Andre Fletcher.
Batsmen still have to be watchful. The wicket was ruled after the inning, so it's still very much the soil very much close there, so they got to still be watchful.
Full ball, surely that should go for 4. Yes, it does. Andre Fletcher having no chance whatsoever. He gave up the chase very early. And Saint Hilaire moves to 5. And the Cinnamon Pacers are 17 for 2.
Good work there by Saint Hilaire, picking up the line of the ball very early, moving to position and dispatching it well.
Watchful. Nkosi Saint Hilaire, he knows that the Cinnamon Pacers would need him to come up big today. Swan. Fletcher is down there doing the tidying up work. Bowl him. Bowl him. He's gone.
Well, his front foot was nowhere near the pitch of the ball. If you look at it again, nowhere near the foot, opening up, and there was a big gap, and Francis was able to go through there. A big swipe. That was a shot that was going nowhere, and you just have to walk back to the pavilion, which is normal shot that you should be playing down the ground, getting behind the ball and just playing, just open the foot and have a big swipe. Don't know what he was thinking at the time.
Cyprian Forsyth strolls out. He himself probably didn't think that he was going to go outside there so early. Suddenly 119 seems to be a major task. Only 18 runs on the board for the Cinnamon Pacers, and they're 3 wickets down.
Still has 100 runs to go.
101. So seems like a long way off now, doesn't it?
Well, definitely so. They still need to bat on. And nothing is impossible in this game. .4 overs. Lots of things could happen. We just have to keep, batsmen just have to keep their eyes in there and use all the intelligence. See a change in the field. Man coming from sleep.
Sweetly struck. Good sound coming off the bat. That's all it was, just a good sound. Lofted in the air, the shout of catch, but it wouldn't carry. And Andre Fletcher does the tidying up work at the end of 2. The Nutmeg Warriors, 18 for 3.
They really have to regroup themselves, the Nutmeg Warriors. The batters, they got to be watchful. They have to know which one of the bowlers they're going to be picking on as they go along. And I think that both batsmen, they are very experienced players. Both have represented the Grenada under 19s in all these stages, and I guess they will have their eyes in, but they just have to use it quite intelligently to know again to which of the bowlers they're going to be picking and putting away the bad balls.
Start of the 3rd over. Moses will continue. His first over went for 13, but he has picked up 2 wickets. Just the one. Andre Fletcher is down on the field. I'm trying to see if I can pick him out. I know he's somewhere there. Andre, are you hearing us? He's not hearing us just yet.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
All right. I'm seeing you on camera. I'm trying to figure out where you're located.
I'm in mid-off.
Oh, there you are.
Hey!
Yeah, so Andre Fletcher is in mid-off. Yes, now I see him. And Fletcher, pretty good tournament so far.
John, go back. Hold.
So he's directing the troops outside there, giving some assistance to his captain, Kato. His experience, of course, coming into play here. Kato wouldn't mind just using the experience of Andre Fletcher. Andre Fletcher, of course, not taking up the role of the captaincy on this occasion for the Nutmeg Warriors because he's been one of the reserves. Slower delivery by Moses. So yeah, Fletcher, I mean, you've had your hands filled with these Nutmeg Warriors, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I've been playing for this team. This is the 4th edition. So I've been doing quite a good job with them. This year, all the teams, I would say, is very balanced.
It goes up. And the catch is taken.
Come on!
Oh, is it? No, it's not. It is. Yeah, so Shadrach Descartes picks up the catch. And just like that, Nkosi Saint-Hilaire is walking back. So, 20 for 3, Andre Fletcher. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's a great start. You know, I couldn't ask for anything better. We spoke outside knowing that we got a bad start with the bat. But Shadrach and Javon played exceptionally well. And to put on a total like that, the wicket is a touch slower. So, you know, I told the bowlers, let's try to use our variations, try to bowl the ball in the right areas, and let them make the mistake.
Yeah, well, Of course, you've been unfortunate the last couple of games, but you got a couple of big scores already in the tournament, a 48, a 41, and some pretty decent scores on the inside. How are you feeling about that?
To be honest, I'm not contented because, I can do better. Especially today's game, losing Keto with the first ball. I think I should have, tried to bat as deep as possible. So hopefully next time, if that situation arises, for sure I'll do much better. But having said that, sometimes things happen for a reason. We get the opportunity to see other batters, and that is when Shadrach puts up his hand. And I always tell the guys, everyone is looking for Keto and I to score the bulk of the runs. But once we have one or two batters, chipping in, that will be good for the team.
Yeah, 69 from Shadrach Descartes. He was particularly brutal in the middle part of the innings, and Javon Andrew played a good supporting role.
Yeah, for sure. Shadrach, he played smartly. He targeted his bowlers. He had a great idea as to what they were planning to do, and he executed very well.
Well, speaking about execution, that shot was perfectly executed, and John just whips it over.
Not too straight, too sharp.
4
too
runs.
Sharp.
So these Cinnamon Pacers have now moved to 24 for 4.
Okay.
John just looking was very watchful. Timing is there, and he had placed it beautifully.
Keep going, guys.
And that is just what simple batting. You keep your eyes on the ball all the way through onto the bat.
That's it. That's it. That's all
Good
I'm
bowling,
asking for.
good bowling, good bowling by Moses. Talk to us about Alex Moses. Alex Moses, he's bowled pretty well so far, and his 2 overs, of course, he picked up 2 wickets, 2 important wickets. Talk to us about young Alex Moses.
Alex, to be honest, from since he started playing for Nutmeg, he has been doing very well for us, and he's one I always look forward to getting in the draft. A lot of people might underestimate him, but he's doing the job. He's very effective, and this is what you want. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ah! Shadrach, you just stay. Come in, in. Hold on, Hey, keep him close. By the umpire. Yeah, no, he's good there.
So using a lot of your experience outside there today, Andre Fletcher, to give Keto some full support.
Yeah, we've had a discussion, and he's okay with me, making the bowling changes and setting the field, because I know majority of the guys, and I respect position, but as I said, he and I, we spoke, and he's quite happy with that. He has no problem, and we're doing well. Recover quick! Keep going, guys.
So they've kept it pretty tight here, these Nutmeg Warriors. So far, 3.2 overs. Fletcher, talk to us about this T10 tournament as opposed to the other T10 tournaments around the region. I know that you've had the opportunity of seeing them. Of course, you've played a lot of international cricket, IPL cricket. Talk to us about your thoughts about this T10 tournament.
Well, I haven't played IPL as yet, I must say. 1 minute.
Firmly struck. And that's going to go all the way into the Sign Hill board.
Okay. John, stay a touch straighter.
And Fletcher is going to do the retrieving. Yeah, you've played a lot of international cricket. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah,
and talk to us about this T10 tournament.
I'm happy with what I've seen. I know Grenada, we have a lot of talent, with a lot of cricketers, but it's just the exposure they need. And it's good that we have a tournament where... Keep going. Back up. We have a tournament that, can expose them, and not only Grenadians looking, but I always tell the guys, it's been extremely one of the loved country in the world, which is India. And don't look at it as just a Grenada tournament. Look at it as an opportunity where if they perform, people are looking. People can take them. There's a lot of T10 tournaments going around. Well, ball, keep going.
Well, that's some good sound advice there, Andre Fletcher. Pretty good sound advice. We're going to leave you to get back to it because we know that you've got...
Keep going, don't change.
We know that you've got your hands full outside there.
Keep going.
And we're going to leave you be to get back to it. But it was good chatting with you, Andre.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right. Well, we wish you guys all the best. Hope that you bounce back with a win today. You guys need it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Slower delivery and picked. But Forsyth can't get away with it. And dot ball. So young man Francis, Jamal Francis. He's completed his 2 overs. Cinnamon Pacers are 30 for 4 at the end of 4. They've been held back. Cummins.
Yes, at that stage, Nutmeg Warriors were 36 for 2. Cinnamon Pacers just losing 2 wickets there and having 2 wickets more and having 6 runs less. So under a little bit of pressure, I want to make it. Have to get out of that hole at the end of the power play. But it was good bowling from the 2 Pacers, both Moses and Francis. They bowled well. They stuck to the line. And particularly Moses were getting the ball lifting deliveries very close to the batsman. And some of the batsmen just was not keeping their eyes enough on the ball and trying to play the ball too close to the body. And this has created demise for them. So I guess that Forsyth and the captain will have different thoughts. And let's see what will happen from here on.
Well, the current run rate is 7.5, and the required run rate is almost double that. They're at 14 and above. Slower delivery from Shadrach Descartes. He's a genuine all-rounder, this Shadrach Descartes. He's electric in the field. He's smart with the ball, and he's explosive with the bat. 68 from his 69 from his innings. And with that partnership that has yielded 11 runs, I will introduce you to a new partnership that will involve Cummins and C.R. John.
That's a good cricket shot there from Ryan. John, welcome. Welcome back, John.
Well, who would have thought that at this stage, this game would have been so evenly poised? Nutmeg Warriors will feel that they are in the ascendancy. They have gotten 4 wickets of the Cinnamon Pacers. And with that 4 wickets, it means pressure is on. But so far, the Pacers, we've seen them. They have a never-say-die attitude. Even when they defended pretty modest 113, they came and they really defended.
They have to find a way out to win this game. And it all means that these 2 batsmen will have to really stay on bat.
Well, we've seen what staying at the wicket can do. It can yield some good runs. Descartes and young Javon Andrew, they really showed what keeping wickets in hand can do, you know, and how explosive you can be at the back end. They really did it well, and I think the Cinnamon Pacers, they would have seen it. And so all they need from here on in is just a solid partnership that can bring them close to before they explode.
And that's a good shot. That has gone all the way, all the way.
Yeah, Captain John making no mistakes, giving Descartes the charge. Pitching it short, but he was in such a good position that he can easily just swing it away through the leg side bringing up a much-needed 6 for the Cinnamon Pacers. Everyone will know that as long as John is out there, the threat of John is so big that you cannot really bowl nonsense to him.
Well, he's keeping his eyes well on the ball. He's getting into position, and this is very important at this stage. And that is smart batting from Ryan John. If you look at him, he's keeping his eyes all the way so that the ball get onto the bat that before he can do anything. Not just launching into it, but smart batting.
Yeah, it's going to take smart batting if they're going to get this 118, 119 that is needed. Needs to have really someone with a good head on the shoulders that is ready, to take on the responsibility of batting through the innings.
Definitely so, and every time they get a chance, they will have a little mid-wicket conference, and which is so important. And as they continue along in their journey, Josh Thomas is coming on.
So we're just updating. After 5 overs, the Cinnamon Pacers, they're 46 for 4. They lost 2 early wickets in the first over. Very similar to that of the Nutmeg Warriors, but this pair has put on some 26 in quick fire time, just to help to rebuild what has taken place. And they will need to get much closer to the 100 before they can really launch. Yeah, good piece of fielding there by Toussaint out on the boundary. He got to it and really rifled that throw back to the keeper and exactly over the stumps. Really, the Nutmeg Warriors, they seem to be energized and they're ready for this contest.
Well, this is good cricket, Randall. Both teams are up and they know what they are up to. They know what they are playing for, and we are seeing a good contest outside of this. Cinnamon Pacers, I don't think they will be thinking of going down easily, and Nutmeg Warriors, they are Warriors. That's what they are.
Yeah, well, a lot to play for. 2 points here for the Nutmeg Warriors will bring them top of the table. And 2 points for the Cinnamon Pacers as we see another boundary off the bat of Ryan John. He's in the mode today. The skipper has raised his hand. He's moved on quickly. 22 off seemingly 8 deliveries. He's really belting it around. As long as he's there, the hopes of the Cinnamon Pacers will be just right.
Well, he had a little bit of caressing in that shot too. If you look at how he got his body into the ball. So, a little bit of pressure being added on to Nutmeg Warriors. And that's just good cricket. Taking the challenge to them. And that is so important.
I tell you, I'm really enjoying this contest. It's a ding-dong battle, seesaw up, down. Nothing to give.
Oh, that's a good delivery from Josh Thomas. The umpire wants that. It's 1 for the over. A very good contest indeed. Lovely afternoon. I think the Grenadier Union of Teachers have some fun day, sports day up there in Victoria Park in Grenville. Quite a lot happening.
Yeah, quite a lot is happening, and it's coming up to the Father's Day weekend, so a lot to expect. T20 World Cup is going on. Yeah, again, good hustling by the Cinnamon Pacers. They are not going to let up at any stage. They're looking to take advantage of every slight opportunity that they get. And they turned what should have been a dot ball into a single. And so I think the mindset that they have really is one that they want to end up victors. They win in this game today will just extend their lead on the leaderboard. They're going to move up to 8 points, I think, clear of everyone else. And so I think they know what is in store.
Game awareness, very important, and that's what they have also.
John swinging through the leg side, and he's out caught. Is he caught? Is he out? Seem to... Not sure what has taken place as yet. We'll look at the replay. I think the umpires, they're going to confer.
Yes, they will.
I'm going to have a look at it again. But seemingly John could be out. And if he is out, that would be a big blow for the Cinnamon Pacers.
Very much so. You don't want to lose a man as John at this time. And as you rightly say, if he's out, it's a very big blow in the contest.
Yeah, the Nutmeg Warriors will really love to see the back of him at this stage. So a lot happening, a very, very keen contest happening here at the Last Just playing field. In this, the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. It's day number 7. And we have this first encounter as encounter 1. And we have another very interesting encounter coming up shortly. But I think all eyes is set here on the Cinnamon Pacers and the Nutmeg Warriors battle.
It's a good battle. Very good battle indeed. And still just not understanding what had actually taken place there. I see that, John is coming off?
Yeah, the third umpire seemed to have gotten the verdict, and John goes. So a big strike, a big blow for the Nutmeg Warriors. I think they really will love the result that they've gotten here. It means that the new batter coming in will have to adjust and maybe play a similar role to that of John.
Well, there is not much time, I think, for making any adjustment now. He got to just get on and get runs going. Murray and Forsyth, they have to look for every run. They have to play it smart.
Well, from what I know of Cutson Murray, he's a very handy batter, really a good all-round cricketer. We've seen him in the Windwards Under 19 tournament. He played really well, had some decent scores to help Team Grenada to win that tournament, 6 straight games without a loss. And so he featured in some key partnerships that really helped to save the team. And so we know he has the ability. I think Fletcher and his boys, they will be wary of him. They have to remain tight and focused.
Well, he has to bring all this into play now. This is the time it's most needed.
Thomas just needs to get it right, try to make sure that he continues the pressure that is out there. It's not over as yet. You look at the Nutmeg Warriors and the onslaught that the Scot did during the last 3 overs of the game.
Well, Murray not timing that well there, not getting it actually where he wanted it, but I still think that Josh Thomas sort of looking a little bit ordinary for his standard. I think that he needs to really fall back into that rhythm and look for what his captain is actually asking him for. But nonetheless, he's there and he knows what to do with his experience. 56 for 5. We got a game at hand here.
Yeah, certainly game on. 56 for 5. And Andre Fletcher seems is going to have the ball in hand. Definitely he will want to keep this as tight as possible. I think that's why he's bringing himself on at this time.
And Andre has a way of getting wickets in his very first over. He will go for some, but very smart, experienced international cricketer. He brings everything to the fore.
Well, Murray will need to be smart, facing up to Fletcher. Wants to have a clear head, really doesn't want to get circled in by the tactics of Fletcher. He has to have a clear mind. You can see his intent. There is some acreage. The fine leg, he is in short. And the other person is a deep backward square.
This is a ploy.
Inside edge, they go for one. It's no pressure. No pressure. They just need to really capitalize on anything that is offline. You do not want to go searching. You want Fletcher to actually be the one searching so that you can cut him around once he strays in line or length.
Well, once you have your shopping list, you don't go into the supermarket searching. You go pick up. And let's see how well they can pick up here. That's a good pickup. You want to make it? Oh, it's only going to get 2.
Yeah, good shot. Good awareness there by Forsyth. He would have loved a better result, but I think he got it wide of the man down at the long on region.
I don't think that the ball here, the timing was all there. It just launched into it. Lucky did not go to hand.
Again, a quicker delivery by Fletcher, and this is what you always have to be wary of. He has that quicker googly that he would always just slip in every now and again. That has to keep you as a batter on your toes.
I think got to be more watchful, Cyprian Forsyth.
On the back foot, lifting this one. Is he going to be caught? Yes, he's out. Good catch, really good catch there by McDonald. He came around, he kept his eyes on it. In the end, he had to put in the dive, and he did just that. Forsyth just not getting under the ball enough to clear the ropes. He perishes.
Well, the ploy was set. You had 2 men down there just waiting for that. And if you notice what Fletcher had done, he had kept it very close, very tantalizing, close to him. And he fell into it. He went for it, but not timing it properly to clear the ropes. And unfortunately, he perished.
Yeah. Again, the tactics of Andre Fletcher really coming to the fore. He is that sort of player that has always, ask questions of batters and whenever he has that ball in his hands.
And as was said earlier on, he always getting a wicket in this tournament in his first over. And this is what he has done again. Well, Dana George, I know him to be a big hitter, but he has to get eyes on ball. He got to clear the rope. He got to do it positively. Fletcher's with his tricks and what have you will be having other thought. As we have lost the sunshine a little bit here in Las Vegas. It's a very cool period. Don't know if it's just cool enough for Nutmeg Warriors and it's not warm enough for the Cinnamon Pacers.
Well, the Cinnamon, they don't have to worry. They just need someone to get. Well, I was just going to say someone to get going, but Dana George goes, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they are all over the Cinnamon Pacers. I think the center of the Nutmeg has the Pacers really in trouble here. Another one goes. Fletcher picking up another wicket. 2 wickets in his over for 3 runs. Really outstanding figures for Fletcher.
Well, not smart batting there by Dana at this time. You got to come in, you just lost a wicket and just throw in your bat like this. This is very responsible batting. The game is still wide open, I want to believe, and you are a good hitter of the ball. You just need to stay there, get yourself in for 1 or 2 deliveries, see how it goes, and go after it. But Fletcher is this kind of player who will always going to go deep into you. Ask the questions. Got to be smarter than that.
Well, no time than the present. If the Cinnamon Pieces really want to make a contest of this, they will have to really get everything here on in across the boundary ropes, because it's the end of the 7th over and the score 59 for 7. Some 3 overs remaining. That amounts to 18 deliveries, save and except wides and no balls, any extras. And they need to get the Cinnamon Pacers 60 runs off that 18 deliveries.
Well, maybe the fat lady is somewhere in current. She's maybe looking on. Toussaint.
Again, Toussaint, one of the young under 19 cricketers who just was a part of that team that won. The win was on the 19 tournament 6-0. And Nutmeg Warriors looking to invest in the youngsters. So far, it seemed that the investment has paid off.
Yes, Francis has been there with them so far. Just sort of going into a little stalemate there for Cinnamon Pacers. They have lost Ryan John, and the rhythm, the enthusiasm in the batting has been lost. The pace had lost. And that's a good shot. And that's going to run into the boundary.
Yeah, good shot there from Walcott, just getting nice and tall. Shot delivery, rushed onto him, but he was fortunate enough to get it past Josh Thomas at 3rd man and picking up much needed boundary for the Cinnamon Pacers. The Pacers are thinking about any victory. They need to get 22 per over from here. So if they can get 22 in this over.
That's a good delivery. Good delivery in these circumstances.
Yeah, and every dot delivery now would put this game beyond the reach of the Pacers.
That's a good line with a field that is set there for that purposes. Singles, can't do it in singles. Got to get some big ones to have any hope in this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, it seems like another wicket is going to be down. Toussaint striking. Walcott looking to lift one, but only could find Andre Fletcher down at the long off region. Getting under it somewhat. No power behind the shot. And he knows with the likes of Fletcher down there, he knows what the end result will be. You can see the disappointment. He goes. So another wicket for the Nutmeg Warriors. They're bossing the end of this game.
Well, he was nowhere really close to that delivery. He actually ended up stretching and just losing his wicket. So the pace has really cut short, or is cutting short.
Yeah, I think the Cinnamon Pacers, they were off pace from the beginning of this inning, losing 2 really quick wickets in the first over. I think that really set them back. Regis and Saint Hilaire, Regis and Kotoy, I think 2 of the batters who really tend to give them that sort of frolicking start that they've been enjoying. They were back in the hood very early, and it certainly would have built a bit of pressure onto the Cinnamon Pacers batting.
Well, Cinnamon Pacers put a lot of energy into getting Fletcher and Cato out. They did get them out, and after that, the Warriors had really worried themselves into that position.
Yeah, I think the innings between Descartes and Andrew, really, the fact that they did not lose early any wickets for such a long time, I think that helped to settle the nerves.
Very good cricket. Shot that has no venom at all to cross the boundary line. And they are just going through a solitary, slow and sad pace going down to the ending.
Yes, 70 for 8. We're in the 9th over. 49 needed. Cameo of 6s here can spell a different result. He's not going to get it if he's hitting it back along the pitch. It's Sherman Lewis.
Sherman, we know, can hit a long ball. But Fletcher and his tricks, let's see.
Leg by. So Fletcher and the Nutmeg Warriors really doing what is necessary in a game like this. The momentum was with the Cinnamon Pacers. They were the ones with the win streak.
It's just what the doctor orders. That's a good delivery outside the off stump. Fletcher tantalizing it. Batsman playing and playing to miss with another dot ball.
Yeah, one has to really appreciate that as a wide is being signaled there by the umpire. One has to appreciate the experience of Fletcher and his team. You know, Fletcher has really guided after coming off what one would term a very embarrassing loss, to have the lowest total of the tournament being scored by your team, to bounce back and be so convincing against the leaders of the tournament says something about your character.
Definitely so, and that's what this gentleman has always been known for, coming back, bouncing back. Does not stay on the floor. He's going to come back all the time.
So they really rode back in a massive way as the 9th over is completed. Score 78 for 8, the Cinnamon Pacers. And being off pace really is not their game. They want to ensure that they put this behind them and begin to look forward to what is to come from here.
Well, I can tell you that the Warriors had really put that nail on. It was a real heavy hammer that began after that partnership between Descartes and Andrew. From since there, they just keep ponging and ponging away at the Cinnamon Pacers, and they had no answer. Ryan John had tried, but it was just not enough.
So Toussaint with the final over. And it seems to be, discard. Oh, that seems to be Kate. No, that's discard.
Seem to be discarded.
Seem to have injured himself somewhat in an attempt to take this catch. Look at it. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Getting all the weight onto the shoulder.
The right shoulder.
And for the sake of the Nutmeg Warriors, they will want him to be okay. Still seem to have stayed down there a bit. As the physio just comes out just to make a check. Wants to make sure everything is okay with him. In a tournament of this nature, you want to have all your players functioning at the best of their fitness.
Yes, they got to be top of the game, top of fitness, top of everything.
Yeah, injury.
It's a very fast pace. And you're always going to be needing the most fit players as much as possible, especially at this stage of this tournament. But Rondell, I really like how the Nutmeg Warriors had played the game. There was no panic in the cricket. They lost 2 early wickets, the 2 big batters, but the way how Andrew and the Scott had settled themselves in and really batted had really been impressive. And I think this is what had made that partnership had really brought home a victory for Cinnamon, for Warriors. 5 sixes, whatever amount of 6 can be hit now. Let's say you're going to hit this one hard, high. Somebody's going to take it again. Well, it's just like a graduation taking place. You go, you collect your certificate and out.
Well, they have graduated, have the Cinnamon Pacers. They've graduated to a loss and not really a win today. And that's part of it. They just need to regroup, come again, bounce back from here, and look to build another set of momentum. It's early days, I dare say. And they're in a good position.
Definitely. And maybe this could be the game they have to lose for the tournament. So they have quite a lot to look forward to and quite a lot to play for. It's not yet over until it is done.
Yeah, that's right. We've seen them. They play really good cricket. They know what it is to have a bad game. They know what it is now to, have to come from behind. So they've gotten their loss, and let's hope that they can roar on.
Same thing had happened to Warriors yesterday. After a big loss, loud appeal. Wow, that's a magnificent bit of work there by Toussaint. Yes, this is good cricket. This is excellent cricket.
Well, when it's going for you, it's really going for you. No matter what you do, the golden spoon is in your hands, and man, you just got to eat with it.
Definitely so. What a bit of cricket. Excellent work. The batsman is just getting up. And I would really like to see that bit of cricket again. Lovely.
Yeah, really good work.
Really good work. Excellent work. And our cameramen, they can't miss anything. What a wonderful first game we have had, and the players are doing still within we still got 2 deliveries.
Yeah, so it seems Noel goes run out, so all out the Cinnamon Pacers. A really comprehensive victory for the Nutmeg Warriors. Bouncing back from what was a really tough defeat yesterday, going down for the tournament's lowest score, but roaring back to take down the league, the tournament leaders in the Cinnamon Pacers in an emphatic way. Fletcher and his boys will feel really happy. They now take the ascendancy in terms of points. So they would be up at the top with 7 points. And the Cinnamon Pacers, they're right behind them. They're going to now be on 6 points. I think that the game this afternoon is not really going to change the position of these two teams. So these would be the top 2 teams at the end of the day.
Well, we have seen some excellent, brilliant cricket. A lot of thinking had went into this game today. For the time we have lost the opening pair of our Nutmeg Warriors in K2 and Fletcher, that partnership between wicketkeeper, batsman Andrew and Scott had really drilled right through, putting on 100 plus in that inning, reaching 118. And regardless of what was done, yes, Cinnamon Pacers, they have lost early wickets, but they have never got to settle themselves as the way Warriors have settled themselves, and they just keep losing wickets. At one time, it was actually like a graduation process, and eventually, Nutmeg Warriors had really shown that they are warriors, and they have come back on top, winning this game and winning it in a big way.
Yeah, well, this is what the Nutmeg Warriors bring to you, and we know that they have featured in every final so far that of the T10 tournament here in Grenada from the inception. They have always featured in the finals, and this is why you will find them in, because they know how to bounce back. They know how to really absorb pressure. And Scott and Andrew, they absorbed the pressure. They did really, really well. We must continue to mention that partnership. I think this is what you expect, from a team that has featured in finals. They know how to come back, and they didn't panic. No sign of panic. They took their ones, took their twos, put the fielders under pressure. They kept a decent run rate, kept a decent run rate, and then in the last 3 overs, they were able to let loose. And I think this is the difference between them and the Cinnamon Pacers. The Pacers, they lost 2 early wickets in the first over, but never really got a partnership going that could help to steady that ship and could bring them home.
Well, it all goes down to mindset. It all goes down to assessing situation. And I thought that the Nutmeg Warriors had really done that well. Excellent. And the result is no strange result to what they have done. Excellent game of cricket they had played.
Yeah, we must. So, well, the kudos to the Nutmeg Warriors on really coming back and winning this one emphatically. Coming up in game number 2 of day number 7, we will see a bottom of the table clash between the Bayleaf Blasters and the Saffron Strikers. Saffron Strikers, your champions of the 2023 edition, and they need to get some momentum if they're going to really challenge or try to get themselves back in winning ways, or maybe even if they had hopes of really getting another trophy, another championship this year, they need some momentum going into their game.
But I think it's time for the Blasters to really start blasting something. I don't know if it's Cliff, I don't know if it's Stone, but they need to start blasting at something.
Well, I can tell you the wicket out there, it's hard. It may not be stone or concrete, but I definitely think they need to be blasting some wickets and maybe even some boundaries, some 6s and 4s, if they're going to really come to the party the 2024 edition of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament.
Well, we are getting ready to go downstairs for the match closing ceremony, and I think Jason is already down there. So I will leave you here as they go into this.
Yeah, once Jason is ready, we're going to hear from him. And you know he's going to have the man of the match. And so don't go anywhere. In just a few minutes' time, we are going to have the second game of the day number 7. Okay, so they seem to be ready, so I'm going to go down to Jason. Once he's ready, I will go down to him.
All right, well, yes. All right, well, thanks, Clyde, Rondell, John, and the rest of folks upstairs. We're down now to the presentation, and a very good encounter between the Cinnamon Pacers and the Nutmeg Warriors. When we thought that this thing was going to go in one direction because of the slow start of the Nutmeg Warriors, they bounced back nicely and eventually won this game in comfortable fashion. And for a good knock, when wickets started to fall very early, 2 wickets in the very first over, Shadrach Discard came in for the Nutmeg Warriors, and he was explosive as much as he was properly controlled. And just for that, 69 runs, that has earned him the man of the match. Shadrach Discard, congratulations to you. Shadrach, come join us. It was a tough one for you. I mean, you came into the game with 2 wickets down early in the first over. What were you thinking at that point?
I mean, it was a crucial situation, so the mindset was to get myself in and bat all the way through the innings.
Well, you did that, and you spoiled it just at the end, looking for a double and getting run out. You remember that?
Yeah, the goal was to get at least 110 on this